Okay, so grade 3, Maiden, Voyage. So what we'll do is we'll go through each of the sections and break it down and try it slowly and fast along to the track, and then hopefully that will help you conquer these parts. So the first section, so the A section, we have this. Now the thing to watch out for is which fingers to use. So I start with my third finger on the D and my little finger on G. And then for the rest of it, the pattern, you're just going to keep the third finger on the D string when you slide around. As you can see, I'm keeping that there, and that will help the transition of the chords be as smooth as possible. And it's just the finger on the G string that you change. So okay, so we try that along to the track slowly.
Maiden, Voyage. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, cool. And then if we try it full speed, it's like this.
Maiden, Voyage. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And there you go. So that's the A section. Now the B section, we're going to start with our third finger on the D and second finger on the G. So third finger on 9 of the D, second finger on 8 of the G. And then we're going to play two of those. The D, the G and the B, they're the strings that we're playing. So we're going to play two of those and then put our finger down, little finger on 9 on the G when we need to. So you play two of the first chord and then you put your little finger down. So that's the first bar. So that transition, that makes transition easy because you're just lifting your little finger up and down. Now this part's palm muted, so then what we're going to do, similar to the A section, we're going to keep one finger on a string, but this time it's going to be our second finger on the G string. I'm going to slide it along to the 6th fret and then put our first finger down on the 5th fret. So you got 6, 5, 6, and then you're going to play both the B and the E string together. So 0 on the E, 5 on the B. So you got the first two bars. Now the next two bars we've got, going back to that first chord, this time we're going to play that one and then alternate between the D and the G string and then the B and the E. But so first chord we go, then we put our little finger down again on 9 and the G, back up, that's it. So we've got, then you go back to 6, keeping your second finger on the G string, and do what you did again, 6, 5, 6, and then this time when you hit the E and the B, you're going to put your little finger on 7. So you got, so far we've got Then you carry on that pattern again. But this time you're gonna go 6 on the G, 5 on the B, but add in that 0 on the high E, and you go. So you got. And then you go. So bar 10, you go. So it's like 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. Then you're going to play 6 again on the G, but slide to 4. Then play the G and the B once, and then play the G, B, and E. So you go there. So you got. Okay, so if I play that slowly to the track, just that section. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is the B section. Okay, hopefully that's helping. So if we go into the C section, we have just this melody, which is on the G string. So I'd recommend using your second finger on 8, and then hammer on to the ninth. Hammer on with your third finger on the 9th fret. So you go, and then we're going to jump to the 7th fret on the high E, like that. So hammer on 8 to 9. Then play 7 on the high E, then play 8 and 9 again on the G. A little bit of vibrato, so then we're going to go down to 6 on the G, bit of vibrato, then repeat the the same bit again, but this time do 9 on the G and then 9 on the E, and a bit of vibrato. And that repeats twice, so we got. Okay, fairly simple section. So if we just look at that slowly, we've got. Oh, if I can find the sections. Okay, so it's coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got this bit. Okay, sorry, I came in a little bit early on that little bit. The second line of the C section is this, so we got we're going to use our first finger, but bar it across the B, the G, the B, G, and D. But we're going to roll our finger, because if we keep it flat, it lets everything ring, which it doesn't actually say that you need to do that. So you want to roll your finger across like that, and then we've got, so 5, 4, 6, 5 on the B, 4 on the G, 6 on the D. Then you're going to just move your third finger up a fret to 7, then put your second finger on the 6th fret of the G and play that. So you got, and then you play exactly the same thing again. But this time, when you move your finger up and put your second finger on the G, you're going to put your first finger on the 5th fret of the B and fourth finger on the 7th fret of the E, and play a bigger chord. So you got, so that line is, okay. So now if we do the same thing, but a little bit, well, we'll do it slow again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Okay, and if we do it fast, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on to the D section, so the bass solo. Now this bit consists of just some double stops, so 2-note chords on the G and the B string, and some mute strokes. Now you're going to keep your hand palm muting in all this. So we're going to start with our first finger on 7. And then our second finger on 8, so 7 on the B, 8 on the G. And we're going to take our fingers off lightly when we mute stroke. So, and then the second bit, we're going to bar our third finger across 9 on the G and the B. So we're going to go, and then same shape as the 7 and 8, but on 5 and 6. So that's the first bar. Second bar, you start with a mute stroke this time, and then take that 5 and 6 back to the 7 and 8. So you got, and then you're going to start again on 7 and 8. So you got and then the third and fourth bar, you go, so same, third bar is the same as the first bar. You just in the fourth bar, you just palm mute 5 and 6 8 times. So all those 4 bars you got. Oh, sorry, start again. Ah, get it wrong. Here we go. So that's that part. So start off with this slowly, just trying to get those mute strokes in between correctly. And then if we go on to the second page of the book, well, of this song, you've then got Let It Ring, so you're not going to palm mute anymore, and you've got fret number 8 on the G with some open strings on the B and E, and you go, and you're going to alternate between 8 and 9, so 8, 8, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9, 6, so and just stay on 6 for the next bar, and then you do the same again. And then for the last bar, you're going to do that chord that you did in bar 19, so in the C section, the third finger on the 7th fret of the D, second finger on the 6th fret of the G, and first finger on the 5th fret of the B, and then little finger, so your 4th finger on the 7th fret of the E. So this bit you've got. So the whole of the D section you've got okay, so if we try that slowly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time because it's a tricky section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then after this section, we've just got a blank tab, and basically what we're going to do is play the chords at the top of the stave. So we've got E first, so you know E major, and we're going to go. The rhythm is 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it's quite a simple rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then we're going to go to B major now. You can either play your B major with your first finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and then bar your 3rd finger across the 4th fret of the D, G, and B, like this. Now the other alternative is to play the B down here, which is basically your 4th finger. It's like a power chord, so your 4th finger on the D string, 9th fret. 3rd finger on the A string, 9th fret, and then 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the G, and then you're going to place your first finger across the whole string, all the strings. So you could go, or you could go. Then you've got a G sharp minor, which is, I'd recommend, like a power chord again, like the B shape we looked at, or the B major we looked at, but fourth finger on the 6th fret of the D, third finger on the 6th fret of the A, and then place your first finger across all the strings on the 4th fret. That would be our G sharp minor. So you could either go or then you've got A, E, A, B. Okay, and this rhythm is so now you could either play this like I just did, so the A major, so I barred my finger across the D, G and B and have the open A string, then to an E major here, back to the A, and then the B that we looked at before. So or you could go to the A up here, then down to the E, and then that might be a bit of a jump. Or you could play an E here. So you could go A, E, A, B. So basically you've got a choice between what we call the A shape bar chord and the E shape bar chord. So the whole of the first line is so it's the same thing for both lines. And if we do that slowly, one, two, three, four. Okay, so the second time I just did a variation of how I played the chords so you could see both ways of playing it. And here we go again, but full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, nearly slipped up there. Okay, and then onto the solo section. So what we've got here is 4 bars repeated twice, so we've got 8 bars, and we're going to come up with a guitar solo. Or you're going to come up with a guitar solo, but I will help you with that, and we'll look at the concepts of that in the lesson. So don't worry too much about that section. We'll work on that, just work on the other parts. And then the last bit, so last bit of section F is this. Okay, so we've got a little pattern that goes, so 5-4 on the B, and then 6-4 on the G. Now first bar's palm muted, and you can see that there's like an arrow opening up. Now this is called a crescendo. Now crescendo means gradually getting louder. So you want to start off quiet. Then, after the first bar, take your palm mute off. So you do it 4 bars in total, just repeating that pattern, but get louder over the 4 bars. So you got palm muted, not palm muted, a bit louder again, and finally a bit even louder. So you can pick a bit harder to bring up that that crescendo, and then the song just finishes off with that pattern that's in bar 17, 17 and 19. So it's just something that you've seen before. So you've got and that's how you finish the song. Okay, so if we get to that last bit, and let me just find it. Okay. And we try it slowly. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then let's try it full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so and there you have the whole of the song. Okay, and just for a bit of fun, I'll run through the whole song so you can see a demonstration of it and get a bit of an idea. Okay, so here we go.
Maiden Voyage. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, yeah. So there you have the whole of the song, and a bit of a demonstration of what kind, a bit of an idea of a solo that you could come up with. I came up with that on the spot. So, but we will work on how to build a solo suitable for the song. Cool.